Sir, there's no doubt that the Indian cricketers' workload, of course, is immense, but that's just the way it is currently. But do you think the scheduling, at least of the Lankan series, could have been better? After all, the team leaves for South Africa barely 4 days after the Lankan series is over.
It could have been better because, and this is where I think the CAC has to come in the picture as well. The CAC cannot be used only for the choice of the coach. That is, what is the point of having such experienced and people with so much of knowledge for just selecting the coach or the support staff? I don't think that is the correct way. They should be asked to take decisions along with the technical committee on all matters concerning cricket, which means fixtures, domestic fixtures, everything should be given to them, because then and only then will you make very good use of all that expertise and experience that you have at your disposal. So in case they had been considered, they might have actually suggested that since the series against New Zealand was only a limited over series, the Sri Lanka series should have started with limited overs, one-day cricket as well as T20, and then end with test matches, because immediately after that, you start a test series in South Africa. And we've seen that for the first couple of matches of a new format, be it a test format or particularly a test format, batsmen do tend to take a little time because they're still in that mental frame of playing the shots on the up, etc., and they can get out. Right. So that could have certainly been done better. Definitely could have been done better.
Right. Also, the BCCI, from what we are hearing right now, sir, they are trying to squeeze in a camp really for the Indian cricketers ahead of the South Africa tour at the NCA in Bengaluru. Now, they will have no time off ahead of a 2-month tour. The team, that is not the most ideal way to prepare, you would say, for what is expected to be a very tough tour.
The importance has to be given to overseas tours. Domestically, yes, you know that you're going to be, pretty much unbeatable, unless there is something extraordinary that happens, like it happened in 2012-13 when Kevin Pietersen, Alistair Cook batted so well against our spinners, and their spinners played such a dominant role. That's just extraordinary at that time. But because overseas tours are where India has to perform, to deliver, those are series where there has to be a lot of thought put into it. The South Africa series was actually announced sometime in August or September, which is very late. Whatever be the reasons why it was delayed, it certainly hasn't helped Indian cricket, because what it has done is it has given between the Sri Lanka T20, when the Sri Lanka T20 series finishes in India, and the start of the South Africa Test series, just a small time gap for the players to go to South Africa, get used to the time difference. It's a 3.5-hour time difference. Get their body clock right. Get used to the pace and bounce of the pitches. Get used to the weather conditions. England, when they won in 2011 in Australia, were in Australia for about 4.5 weeks. They played, I think, 4 or 5 3-day matches, proper 3-day matches, not these matches where all 16 players get to play. Proper 3-day first-class matches, and that's why they won in 2011-12. That is exactly what India needs to do. They have not been able to do it for South Africa. Forget about that at the moment. Australia next year is on, and therefore for next year's Australia tour, the planning has to start from now. Don't worry about South Africa. It's done. We can't change what has happened, but plan for Australia and New Zealand right now. Make sure that the team goes to Australia, plays at least three 3-day matches or 4-day matches, and then plays the test matches, because that is the only way that India is going to start winning in overseas.
Right. Sound advice really coming in from Mr. Sunil Gavaskar as far as India's overseas tours are concerned, and how the BCCI and the team management can perhaps work out a better blueprint in terms of preparing for those big tours.